Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're checking out another X99 mainboard. I bought this from AliExpress. It's the Atermiter X99, and unfortunately this time things did not go very well, but that gives us something to talk about. So here we can see the mainboard. It cost me $77 US, including free shipping, and it's got a nice color scheme with green and black going on here. So this X99 motherboard looks very similar to the Plex HD X79. So these are two different platforms. The X79 supports DDR3 memory and LGA 2011 V1 and V2 CPUs, whereas the X99 supports DDR4 memory and LGA 2011 V3 and V4 CPUs. So this mainboard also goes under the name of Plex HD, but I bought the motherboard branded under Atermiter. We have a model number here between the chipset and this PCI slot, ZX99 EV3 version 1.23, and apparently this is already out of date. There's a version 1.31, so if you're looking for this board, make sure you get the newer version. And an easy way to spot the difference is on this version, the post LED is rotated, it's upside down, and they fixed this with version 1.31. So let's take a closer look at this board. We have 4 DDR4 memory slots, and they take desktop DDR4 memory as well as server registered ECC memory. It is confirmed to work in quad channel configuration, and if you shop around with these CPUs, you will find the memory clock speed rather low. But because this is a quad channel interface, you get 4 times the memory bandwidth compared to a single module. So memory bandwidth is actually pretty decent. We have some semi-decent VRM cooling here. I only use the 2620 V3. That CPU is quite energy efficient, and I didn't have any issues with temperatures. There are ATX power connector here and over here, and there's a 6-pin connector here which can help supply more power to the PCI Express slots. I did not use that, and that didn't face any issues. We're getting 2 PCI Express 16X generation 3 slots and also 3 PCI Express 1X. For storage, we're getting M.2 NVMe PCI Express support. Near the M.2 slot are some jumpers and a little table, and you can configure if you want to use a PCI Express NVMe SSD or a SATA SSD. We're also getting 8 SATA 3 ports, so that's nice. If we look at the X79 platform, we usually only got 1 or 2 SATA 3 ports. Now we're getting 8, and they're all SATA 3. At the back, we're getting 2 PS2, 4 USB 2, 4 USB 3, Gigabit Ethernet and audio. And the Ethernet and audio solutions are provided by chips from Realtek. Let's have a look at the headers. Front panel audio goes here, and here you can connect a serial port. Here goes the CMOS battery, and you can short these 2 pins to clear your CMOS. There are 2 jumpers here, and there's a little table with USB and BT, and I believe this has to do with this mini PCI Express slot. You can install a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth card, so if you want to use that, you have to move those jumpers, and you might lose a USB port. There's a jumper here, J Auto On. I believe this will configure the machine to turn on automatically as soon as it receives power. There's a debug header, fan header, USB 2 front panel header, USB 3 front panel header, and here goes the front panel to your case. Also, there are little diagrams here giving you a pin out of some of those headers. This is the RAM we're using. This is a 16 gigabyte quad channel DDR4 memory kit rated at 2400 megahertz with CL17, and that worked fine for this project. We have 8 memory modules on the front, and there's nothing on the back. I have been told that these mainboards can be a little bit picky with which type of RAM works, so just keep that in mind. But I was lucky, this RAM worked out of the box. So I installed the CPU, RAM, a video card, and the machine turned on just fine. I was able to install Windows 10, do the Windows updates, download some games, and had no issues. And next I wanted to try the Turbo Boost unlock. Unique to the 2011 V3 CPUs is a BIOS modification that will turbo all the cores to the maximum turbo frequency. So out of the box, this CPU runs at only 2.6 gigahertz or something like that, but after the mod at 3.2 or 3.3 gigahertz, and suddenly you have a really capable machine. Unfortunately, this is where things started to go wrong. I used the same method of modifying the BIOS as in the previous X99 video, but when I flashed the BIOS back, it happened really quickly. Usually flashing a BIOS takes a little bit of time, and after a reboot I didn't see any changes in the clock speed. It was still stuck at 2.6 gigahertz. So I switched to a different tool to flash the BIOS, and now it seems to have done the flashing properly. I reboot the machine, load the BIOS defaults, and after that the mainboard simply wouldn't boot anymore. At this point I reached out to the Miconst YouTube channel, who specializes on these Chinese motherboards, and I will put some links down below in the description. And yeah, I had the suitable programmer and everything worked. I was able to basically use a clip, and you just clip that onto your BIOS chip. And I was able to program the BIOS chip. Unfortunately, at a certain point, I'm getting an error. And I believe what's happening is that the BIOS chip is simply faulty or corrupt. And that's why I had issues with flashing the BIOS. And now, yeah, I basically have a motherboard that does not work, which is unfortunate. But this also highlights the risks of buying a mainboard from China. If anything goes wrong, good luck. I haven't at this point attempted to get any sort of warranty, because it's going to be very difficult, and I have very slim hopes of getting this sorted. Now I'm considering getting the version 1.31 of this board, but I haven't made up my mind just yet. So yeah, the bottom line is I wasn't able to run any further tests. I wasn't able to confirm the Turbo Boost unlock. But having used the board, the initial impression, yep, it works just fine. I didn't have any issues installing Windows and doing the Windows updates and so on. And the NVMe speed, that was also fine. And the SATA 3 speed, that was also fine. Things went wrong when I tried to flash the BIOS, and that is something people looking into getting such a board will definitely want to do. It's the highlight of the 2011 V3 CPUs. If you're just sticking with the stock performance, then they're not that much faster compared to X79, to be honest. So yeah, a bit of a shame, and unfortunately not much more I can tell you about this board. As always, I will put links down below in the video description if you are interested. And if you do have any tips, what else I could try in trying to get this board back up and running, I guess I could desolder this BIOS chip and put on a replacement. Bit daunting, haven't done anything like that before, but it's already dead, so nothing to lose, I guess. So yeah, if you have any tips how to maybe replace that BIOS chip, do let me know down below in the video comments. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with another one.